Ma'am, this is hard for me. I'm not going to lie to you. This is very difficult. Well, that's kind of big for me to know before you walk out of here, before I make my decision. If she's not going to get any of the videos, there's going to be one thing. If she's going to get all the videos, there's going to be another thing.
She'll get the video.
Videos LLC 2504945. Does anybody want to talk on this case, or are you guys both sure you're right?
I'd like to speak with you, Your Honor.
No. I'm asking, you two want to try to resolve this, or you both?
No, he's got time to resolve this meeting.
Your name?
My name's Gary Collins. Your Honor, is it okay if I have my cell phone up here, just manually adjust the hearing noise?
Sure. And your name, sir?
Derek Gauchi, representing Falcon Film Studios LLC.
Okay. Are you the principal of Falcon Film?
Yes.
All right. So you're familiar with the facts and circumstances here, right?
Yes.
If you proceed in the small claims division, you're giving up the right to hire a lawyer, demand a trial by jury, seek in excess of $7,000, and to the extent that you might be entitled to it, I'm sorry, giving up your right to a lawyer, right to demand a trial by jury, and your right to appeal my decision. You can't do any of those things if you stay here. If you want to be able to hire a lawyer, appeal my decision if it's lousy, demand a trial by jury, or any one of those things, just tell me. I'll remove the case to the general civil division. You can hire a lawyer, appeal my decision if you don't like it, and demand a trial by jury. You understand everything I just said, ma'am? Sir?
Yes, Your
Do you
Honor.
wish to waive those rights and proceed here, or have the case removed? Ma'am? Sir?
I'll waive those rights as well.
All right. On behalf of Falcon Films, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And on behalf of yourself, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm. You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God, sir?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am? Okay. Tell me what happened. You're the plaintiff, right?
Yes. I reached out to Falcon Film Studios to hire photography and videography for my vow renewal.
For what?
Photography and videography for my vow renewal.
Okay. Do you have a contract?
Yes, I do.
Let me see the contract. So you're renewing vows with your husband?
Yes.
And when did the vow renewal take place?
It's in August of 24
Where?
at Arnaldo's in Riverview,
How many years?
16.
Wow, you guys are sentimental people, eh? That's nice. I'm just saying, that's good. Okay, so you hired.
Okay.
How'd you pay? How much you pay him?
5,225, I believe it was.
I want you to make sure.
$5,225.
Okay? Do you agree with that, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. And so there was supposed to be unlimited video coverage that was going to cost $2,600, right? And there was supposed to be 2 photographers, one unlimited hours and locations, right? Photos to be delivered in a week or less after the wedding. You're going to actually take some of these, the video by drone?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wow. Everything's high tech now. All right. So what happened?
So after communication with Mr. Gauchi, he assigned a photographer. That photographer contacted me the Monday prior to our vow renewal. I explained to him things that I wanted. There was only one particular picture that I wanted. I wanted the general wedding package. I want pictures of my husband. I want pictures of myself, all of my guests, all of our wedding party. We were celebrating 16 years. This was a really big thing for us. I told him all of this. There wasn't anything that was overly complicated that I was requesting. I felt that I wanted just the regular bridal package, with the exception of the one photo in particular. He seemed like he had an understanding of that. The day of, he arrived at my house. We had a crew going to our friend's house where the men were getting ready, and then so it was photographer, videographer there, and then we had photographer and videographer at my house.
Okay.
The photographer arrived, the videographer arrived a little bit later. Within 10 minutes, the photographer was argumentative with me about where my pictures were going to be taken prior to Arnaldo's. He wanted to change the location. I said no. It turned into about 3 to 5 minute argument.
Change the location from what to what?
We wanted the pictures, the before pictures taken over at the reserve, the wildlife reserve.
Okay,
Trent, I believe it is, so right off the water, and he wanted to change it to Huron Park. I am not a fan of Huron Park. It's not appropriate for a wedding. They do a lot of like homecoming and prom pictures there. There's geese, there's ducks, it's not great. I wasn't walking through all of that,
okay.
and it's not where I wanted to be. He kept arguing, saying that he knew what he was doing and to trust the process. Everything through the day.
And you said you wanted to have them done at the wildlife preserve?
Yeah, it was over in Trenton on the water.
Yeah, yeah,
They've just redone it. It was a really nice pier.
I got it. So you guys had a little argument.
Yes, so.
And then where did you end up having the pictures taken?
I'm sorry.
Where were the pictures taken?
They ended up being done at the wildlife reserve.
Okay, so you had a discussion, argument with this photographer
Yeah.
for 3 to 5 minutes. Then what happened?
Then one of my bridesmaids steps in and they discussed several types of several types of pictures that they were like, let's try this at the house, getting pictures, basically getting dirty pictures, which was fine because it didn't seem like there was any issue after that. We did a first look with my son out on my patio, which turned out, it was really nice. This reserve isn't that far from my house, maybe 10-15 minute drive in the same sunlight, in the same atmosphere. When we got over there, we sent him over there ahead of us because we were still getting ready and I wanted pictures done of all the guys at the pier, take some nice pictures of them. For 43 minutes, they were over there and he stood there talking to my husband and our friend Mike, one of the groomsmen, about fishing because they were talking about fishing holes. I do have my husband here. He's not named in this because the contract was between myself and Falcon Film. But he can vouch for all phone calls and interactions as far as that with the photographer. We got there.
But so far, as of this point, there's no issue with bad photography or videography at this point, right?
There were several instances at the house. I wasn't sure if I'm supposed to bring this up now. I'm sorry, I've never been involved in this one.
You're fine.
I wanted a picture of my dress. He argued about the sunlight coming through the window. I said, in my opinion, it wasn't a problem because it was I wanted a black and white photo. I didn't care about the yellow tone of the dress. And then he finally agreed. We put it up above the window and then I never got the black and white photo I got. Another yellow tinted picture. He took pictures. There was one picture in particular. There is a handkerchief and it says, I'm sorry.
Let me stop you. This is primarily your problem with them isn't over arguments. It's over the quality of the photography, right?
Yes.
And the videography, right?
Yes, with the events that happened with Mr. Gauchi after everything was delivered.
Okay, so tell me what the problems were. Let's start with photographs. What were the problems?
I submitted pictures. I did like 18 screenshots of the album that is listed online for Falcon Film Studios and I sent them in. And now these were all random screenshots with the exception of one particular screenshot of my veil. There's pictures, the heads were cut off these pictures. Do you have all those pictures with you, Your Honor?
I have the pictures.
Your Honor, unfortunately, the only way that we can print them is black and white.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, I can share my screen if you wanted me to put them on your computer in color. But
I want you to tell me, you weren't saying all these photos are bad, right?
Yes.
All of
As a
them?
whole, this album is not acceptable to me. Do you want these pictures?
I'll look at anything you want.
I submitted these pictures when I filed this. I sent a copy to Mr. Gauchi and I submitted it to the court. These are 18 random screenshots of the album. Heads are cut off. And in the one particular picture that I searched out, the photographer's hand is under my veil in every single picture and I can't edit that out.
Hang on. Wait, slow down. I want to look, wait. I want to know which pictures you're talking about. So I'm looking at
Can I
some,
submit these? Or do you want me to go page by page?
I'll let you go page by page. I have the black and white. This is you primarily here.
Okay, I don't think I said I can hold them up or.
Well, you've got, this is the page you're looking at, right?
Yeah, everything I submitted to the court was in color. I printed them on photo paper as well, so I'm not sure what happened to this. But the first page is a picture of primarily of the groomsmen. Their heads are all cut off. There's a picture
Wait a minute, where's that one at?
It's the first one in my stack. I'm not sure where it's at in your stack. I don't know what happened as far as from what I gave them.
Do you see the one that I have?
That one, let me find that one real quick. Okay, so that one would be this picture here. It's very dark.
Wait a minute, you gotta point to it. Which one?
So these pictures are very dark. They're all pictures of my back. And in this picture, it's the second one up from the bottom on the left. The videographer is standing there on his cell phone.
Let me see those. What do you think about the quality of these, Mr. Gauchi?
I think that they're actually pretty good. I think that they captured the day really well, but you know, her opinion is what matters most. In my industry, we really do have to, you know, satisfy our clients. It's the biggest day.
Can anybody tell me why, was this intentional that they're taking pictures of this gentleman's shoes with the orange socks?
Oh yeah, we thought those socks were really just awesome. We got a lot of groomsmen and they'll wear custom socks, and if we don't capture those, you know, that'll be an issue too. And the photographer, whose name is Nick, might be able to explain it better, but just looking at it as a photographer myself, that's what I would see.
So she's saying she dropped off color photos, Jen.
Judge, I've got Linda bringing down the originals. When we scan it in, it scans in color, but then when I reprint them, so Linda's on her way down with the original packet.
Okay. Trying to figure out a way that I can have you point to these.
Judge, if I try sharing my screen, it might show up in the,
Try it.
I don't know if this would work. We can see if this, do they show up in the courtroom?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you see those now?
Yes, can I approach?
Yeah, you can get closer. You just have to keep your voice up. Turn that microphone around there if you would, ma'am, right in front of you.
Thank you. All right, so in the second picture up from the bottom on the left, that is one of the videographers that I'm paying for, standing there on his cell phone.
Okay. Second on the left.
It's the second one up from the bottom on the left. He is on the very left of the picture, and he is on his cell phone.
Judge. I see. Okay. All right, so that isn't good. What else?
The pictures are very dark. This was a delivered album, and I had asked for edits to be made because I want the pictures lightened up. I wasn't happy with these photos because I don't need a dozen photos of my back walking down the aisle. I got no pictures from the front view of any of my party or myself coming down the aisle. And then I was told after the fact that Arnoldo's isn't that great of a venue to be able to put any kind of camera up front. That was never discussed prior to the day. And I'd had many conversations with Mr. Gauchi about expectations and what I was looking for, and what was going to be delivered, how things were going to be set up. And
Okay.
once said that this was a terrible venue for them to shoot video or pictures at.
Okay, can you go to another picture and tell me which one else?
Yeah.
You want to turn the page, Jen? Right there, stay.
So all of these pictures, very dark. He didn't cue anybody coming down the stairs to look at him at the bottom of the staircase and smile so that he could get a good picture. This was a delivered product that I'm supposed to be okay with. There's one person smiling. She's in the very bottom corner. These pictures, I was never told that we were going to get pictures of the groomsmen's socks. That wasn't anything that I had asked for. And that was never explained either in any of the conversations I've had with Mr. Gauchi since the delivery of this photo album.
Okay, go to the next picture, Jen. If you can. Wait, let me find that on mine.
You would have to scroll up on this one a little bit to see the very top pictures. So with my issue with this is the fact that as a photographer, my colors were very specific. He didn't align anybody properly, and I told him how I wanted the girls aligned with their colors, and he didn't do that. The one decent picture that I have is going to be on this screen, the third one up on the right where I'm in the front and all of my bridesmaids are behind me. One of them has their sunglasses on. That was something that I felt like a decent photographer should just immediately be like, hey, take sunglasses off so we can take a picture. That is the only decent picture of me with my girls that day. And one of them has sunglasses on and they're not even aligned properly in the colors.
Okay,
That was just a request that I had that was again thrown to the side because there was an argument at the pier about pictures being taken as well.
Okay. You're all right.
She went to another picture, another,
Next
Go to
page.
another
Sure.
picture, Jen.
in the bottom picture over here on the right, you can't see the groomsmen behind me. Again, sunglasses on.
Yeah.
The pictures are very dark
You're
and,
talking about, wait a minute. Yeah, the one on the bottom right, you
Yeah,
can't see the
right.
groomsmen behind you. You're completely blocking them out.
and there were several pictures like that. The groomsmen, they're very dark. And again, I asked those pictures to be lightened up and this was the delivered album.
Okay, go to the next picture. What do you have to say about this one?
This is the picture that I specifically went looking for in the corner. On the left side, his hand was under my veil in every single picture. Why?
Yeah.
Every single one.
Hang on. I want to
There's
look.
several pictures through the album where his feet are under my dress. His feet are just in the pictures. I'm not understanding
Is
any
this
of
the
that.
one that says we still?
We still do. That was embroidered on my veil. And I just wanted a nice picture of my veil. And his hand is in every single one of them.
I don't see his hand. Where's his
It's in the
hand?
very bottom corner. He's a dark skinned man. It's hard to see. But you can see it in the pictures that I gave you.
Okay, go ahead.
Um. Feet pictures in the bottom corner. His feet are under my dress. One of his feet are under my dress.
Okay, wait, Jennifer, I'm gonna find that one.
And again, there are multiple pictures through the album that his feet are just in all the pictures. I'm just not understanding why.
Trying to find this one, Jen. Jeez. I'm not sure I'm seeing that photograph. Uh, Jeez. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time finding that one. All right. Okay. You seeing, you said his feet?
So it's on the screen is the third one up on the right.
Yeah.
And his feet are in the picture. His left one is under my dress.
Okay. I see now. Go ahead, John.
In these pictures, I just want to show how dark the pictures were. The pictures that he took of my guests, it's like the same group, same three groups of dancing through the pictures in the album, and I just wanted to kind of show one of them on here. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you can see there is his assistant sitting on the stairs. Another picture of the floor. Very dark
Jennifer,
pictures.
move that up, please. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That was pretty much it with that group of pictures. Go ahead, next one. So these are all, again, feet pictures on the left. These pictures, it's the same group of pictures from us getting a photo booth shot. That was pretty much all of the interaction, like with my guests. That was one of the examples.
All right. Anything else that you need to tell me with regard to the photos?
Sorry?
Anything else that you want to point out with any of the photos?
No, this one was just to show that that was the only interaction pictures I had with my guests, really, like during the reception, other than the initial.
What do you have to say about these, sir?
Definitely some of those speed shots were removed. You know, they're no longer in the gallery. It's definitely embarrassing. Sometimes, you know, when we're trying to push them up to the client right away so that they can, you know, kind of help us get it right. You know, that's our opportunity to remove things that aren't supposed to be there. But, you know, to me, I see it as, you know, something that's not, it's something extra instead of something that's missing, right? But I definitely would not have preferred my photographer to put a shot of the feet in there. Sometimes we just do it to test our flash out, you know, when they end up into the galleries. Not something we like, but they're easily removed. You know, there's a lot of changes that have occurred, you know, since that initial delivery, which was a week after, where we were able to go through and, you know, clean things up, remove, you know, any feet photos, or try to do our best to, we scheduled multiple phone calls with her and emails to try to, you know, see what we can actually do to get these. And we even offered to submit to her all of her raw photos so that she could go through numerically and tell us like number 88 needs this. And, you know, we never received that, you know, detailed structured list with any analyzation to try to help us make these adjustments. And one thing I know that our contract does protect us, right? In some ways, the client is, you know, we can't be at every angle, right? And it says that clearly, like it's up, you know, if there's people standing there, we can't stand there. You know, it protects us from that, but I definitely don't want our clients to be upset like this, you know. So I can see from this gallery, it's not our best work. I will say that. But I will say that it does to me appear to be a complete gallery. You know, I believe deep in my heart that we delivered upon our contractual obligations. We showed up that day. We performed our services. We delivered them in the time frame that we mentioned. There's not one thing in the contract that I promised that we didn't do. On top of that, you know, we worked with her. We tried to schedule phone calls. We tried to give her services beyond what our contract even says. Those raw images, which can be pretty powerful because then she has like even more photos to pick from, or just a greater advantage to try to direct us with editing.
Yes, you. Why don't you go back to the podium, please?
This album was not adjusted prior to me filing a small claims court. This album was exactly the way it was the day I filed. Nothing had been edited, nothing had been changed, nothing had been removed. Multiple conversations with Mr. Galchi regarding my dislike for this album and my unsatisfaction and my distress over this album, having to look at this over and over again to decide what pictures I want. He's talking about raw photos. He sent us a new contract after the fact, which in the original contract, it does not state anything about paying extra or signing a new contract for all of my photos. In that contract, it says I get all of my photos and videography. It doesn't say anything about raw images and raw video. He sent over a new contract, which was never signed. I had consulted a lawyer and they told me not to sign it because that protects them. It would be ending, moving forward with any kind of solutions that were not going to be satisfactory for me.
So as far as you were concerned from the original contract, you were entitled to every one of these photos?
Yes, that's how I was that's how I understood the contract, Your Honor. And again, raw photos and video were never mentioned in there, and that wasn't brought up until after he saw this album. Moving on from there, there's multiple conversations, emails that I printed out where sometimes I would get correspondence back, sometimes I would just be ignored. In our last conversation in December, where I again requested an ET on the video, and I knew the video was going to take longer because videos take longer. I completely understand that. I wanted an ET, I wanted to expect that. I was getting 3 videos, and I was not happy with any of the 3 videos. They put religious music on, and I specifically requested no religious music be used, number 1. Number 2, the ceremony was chopped up in pieces. It's not a flowing ceremony, which I wanted. That was very important to me. Sorry. We had spoke to him. I sent him an email asking for the, an ETA of the video, and I said that if I did not hear back, I was going to pursue legal action. And within 24 hours, I got the videos. And then I was not happy with them, so we set up a meeting. That my husband was also on the call with. We did all of our.
Should I see the videos?
I did not download them because he was supposed to re-edit them and add, the first look wasn't even in the one video. And he said that he would added his assistant named Jasmine, who I never heard from. Then he was supposed to re-edit the videos. But there was no point in me downloading videos that I was not gonna keep because they needed to be edited. And I wanted the music changed. I'm not a religious person. That was very offensive to me. And he was very aware of that.
So you feel like you're entitled to a 100% refund?
I do at this point because I have no access to videos. He has deleted them from his website. Again, this album was not changed prior to me filing this.
Did you delete the videos?
No, Your Honor, we have an expiration date set. We let the clients know right away to please download everything. It's in the email explicitly explaining that they're not gonna be up there forever. Hosting large files.
So you can't retrieve those either?
Oh, no, I can get those back up for her. Absolutely.
But they were supposed to be edited. And I never received those files. They were never edited for the ones that were posted.
I do want to satisfy my client, but I did get confused throughout the process on a few occasions. It appeared that she wanted every photo, every raw image, everything. There was photos that ended up in the gallery that I would never have given any client. And now it seems that she wants some photos removed and doesn't understand why they'd be there because they're ugly. And I'm having to explain myself for photos I would have never had into a gallery to begin with. The raw photos, I wouldn't expect the client to expect that from us. And it seems that she's even admitted to expecting a nice, cleanly edited gallery without feed shots, without all the extras. The raw photos, contain.
I gotta be honest with you guys,
Your Honor, in the last phone call that I had with Mr. Galgi, he was more concerned with protecting his assets. And I can have my husband vouch for that because he told me at one point that his company is going to be in the red if he has to go back and edit stuff and search for other photos and et cetera. My husband can vouch for that conversation. He was on every phone call with my husband once these photos were delivered.
okay, but what percentage of these photos truly are unacceptable to you?
I'd say 80%. There were two photographers. The other one was Miles. He was a great photographer. And I told Mr. Gouch that Miles did an amazing job with the men. His photos, they were cued.
Was he the one who took the picture though, that blocked you from the blocked?
These pictures were all done by Nick. Miles has a separate album. The way that Falcon Film, they set up their photographers. For my file, it was Nicholas and it was Miles. I believe is how.
Yeah, I can speak for ourselves in our delivery if you ever
Yes.
want me to address it. But yeah, we have two photographers. There's one full gallery and each photographer is kind of split up to make it easier for the client to kind of search through.
But with that being said, one thing that did happen after the ceremony, when I asked for the other photographer to stay outside, take pictures of my wedding party, Nick made the comment, I'm the lead photographer, you didn't pay for 2 photographers, I'm the only one. And you can call anyone in my bridal party to verify that because he said that to them. And that was one of my arguments with Mr. Gauchi after the fact as to why I was being told when I paid for 2 photographers that Nick was taking the lead and didn't let Miles continue taking pictures. In Miles' album, there's a clear stop once.
Do you want the videos?
I'm sorry?
You want the videos?
As of right now, I want everything to see if I can make some kind of album. He's telling me that there were great pictures in the raw photos and that I would have to.
Okay, I
send
know,
all
but
discouragement.
I want you to listen to what you're telling me. You're asking me to give you a judgment for the full amount of what you paid. And then you're saying, I still want the photos and the videos.
I feel with everything I've been put through this point, he did not deliver an acceptable album, and I want access to the videos or the other pictures to see if there's anything that I can salvage from this album. I have no pictures in there that are satisfactory that I can even hang up in my house. His comment was, we delivered an album. You delivered an album. I'm not going to argue that. You delivered an album. But there's so many pictures that are just not acceptable for what.
All I'm telling you is you can't ask me to refund the money and still allow you to have access to the videos and the pictures.
Your Honor, that's precisely my fear. This is not the first time that we've been asked for refunds while the client still is posting their photos and telling people how much they love them.
I've never posted once any photo and told anybody about these. I've actually requested that my family and friends don't leave any negative reviews on his website because that's not what I was after.
But
And
understand what I'm saying to you.
I understand what you're saying. I don't know how to move forward from here. I've never had to deal with something like this before. I came in here not knowing what to even ask for at this point. So
I understand that.
And I know that something like this is more emotional, right? I mean, a wedding, or in this case, renewal of vows, is a big deal. It's not like we're taking pictures of our kids playing baseball in the park. This is a big deal. And I can tell, and I'm not a photographer, and I can't say I'm really into photography to tell you the truth. I mean, I'm a bad picture taker, but I can even tell some of these are bad. I mean, she's right. You got feet shots. You got one where, I mean, even if I'm taking a picture and I got 7 or 8 men and behind a woman you want to capture everybody, not have one person blocked out by the woman's head.
I agree, but there's a variation. So in a lot of our galleries, you're gonna see that shot, like where they're very close. Like that's the shot that I even get asked for. And the bridal party's blurry in the background as they're like together laughing and kissing.
The question that I'm putting forth in my brain is, to be honest with you, is how much is she entitled to? She's entitled to something. I just don't know what. And I haven't seen the videos, and you're saying you don't like them, but you want them, right?
I just want to see if there's anything I can pull from them to make an album. If
I know, but but what I'm trying to tell you is nobody's providing me with the videos and saying, here's the problem I have with the videos. I don't have anything like that. So I'm really down to the pictures. Now, you're telling me you don't like the videos, and I believe you. But I need to see what I might think is wrong with the videos. And I can tell you're upset by this, so you clearly, in my view, are not in here embellishing. You truly believe that these are bad photographs. I'm not sure how harmful it is that they're taking pictures of guys' socks. They were going to take unlimited pictures anyway, right? So if you didn't like them, you don't need to order them. You don't need to have them, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah,
What's that?
I never even downloaded the album. I just took screenshots to submit today. But I don't have any of these saved anywhere. He can check his IT team for that. I never downloaded anything. If locking out here today means I just get my money back and I don't have access to anything, that's fine. Because I honestly don't think at this point there's gonna be anything in the raw photos. Because if there was, he would have brought something to show that, in my opinion, as a photographer.
Tina, just so you know, I mean, maybe I've got a slight amount of ignorance when it comes to photos. But his standards have to be professional photographs. You're saying you don't like them. I'm not saying they're perfect. My issue here is I don't have a photographer who's similarly situated that does this for a living that is telling me this is just horrible. These are horrible photographs. You're saying it. And I don't see the problem. Like, I mean, I can see how some of these you could say are dark. And I can see how some of these that you are saying, that you're, she is right, though. I can't believe, a photographer should tell. Do you agree? You're the only one with sunglasses on. Would you take them off? Don't you think they should do that?
It's certainly we do sometimes, and sometimes they listen to us, sometimes they don't. But what it really comes down to.
You mean somebody that shows up at this is gonna say, I don't care what you think, photographer, I want to keep my sunglasses on? They really need them on that bad for that 60 seconds?
The argument may not be as intense as that, but we try to do our best to resolve every moment, make the pictures as great as possible without, getting in confrontations with people. There's a lot of photos happening and a lot of people involved in them. And so we're doing our best, and when we're working with bridal parties, sometimes people are drinking. It was very sunny that day. That's a big mistake that I definitely wish the photographer would. I take responsibility for, that the photos were not 100.
How much do you think you should pay here?
How much do I think I should pay her? It's hard to say because, we showed up, we did what we were contractually supposed to do. We delivered all of our photos as we said we would. But I don't want any of our wedding clients feeling like this happening. So I definitely believe that there's something that should and could be done for her. I don't necessarily know the extent of what you guys are allowed to ask us to do, whether it's all compensation and money, or if it's like further deliveries without her needing to sign an agreement.
Well, I'm listening to you guys. You're gonna tell me what you're,
So obviously, I don't want to give her all the money back. We actually have pretty fair pricing, and she did receive a discount too. And we have a company where it really does pay our photographers fairly as well. I'm not gonna be able to get that back from them. And as the owner, of course, I'm willing to inherit all that, but she's still at the end of the day gonna be able to use the photos and the videos.
do you have any reason to dispute that, ma'am? You're still gonna,
Right now, what photos am I supposed to use?
okay, I know, okay, but I just heard you say, I mean, some of these aren't bad, are they?
When I first.
I mean, man, listen, I'm not a photographer. I just go through the process. They're not always, I mean, I don't think, there's a lot of nice pictures in here is what I'm trying to tell you.
And the album itself is brighter than.
Jennifer, give me a judgment form down here, will you, or print it out for me? But you
Judge,
think
I
you'll,
think Gina walked one down when she brought down that order on,
I gave you that back.
Come here.
You want to say that
if
they
not,
are
I can print
brighter
another.
in general, the gallery.
Oh, wait a minute. I got it. Yeah, I got it. I got it, Jennifer.
This pictures are a sample of what the album was. It wasn't from a lot.
And I feel bad because
This album was not edited prior to me filing this report.
do you need me to include any other order here that you're entitled to? You've already got possession of everything, right, ma'am?
No, I have no videos. And I asked him.
Yeah, what about the videos?
So the videos are sent to our clients and they have a month to download them before they're like automatically removed from Dropbox because we're limited on storage, it's very costly.
And for the last.
Well, wait a minute. I know, but you said you could reproduce those and get them to them.
Yeah, well, so we have everything backed up twice on hard drives. You know, it's not as reliable as online. So I don't want to call it a guaranteed thing, but it's certainly something that we keep.
Well, that's kind of big for me. To know before you walk out of here, before I make my decision. If she's not gonna get any of the videos, there's gonna be one thing. If she's gonna get all the videos, there's gonna be another thing.
She'll get the videos.
What if she doesn't?
Well, then I guess I'm gonna see you again, right? So, but that's, you know, that's what I have the videos, I have them backed up. I have them on a hard drive twice.
The videos were never edited after the last conversation I had with Mr. Galchi. They were never edited. There were never any new videos delivered. And his assistant Jasmine never contacted me. And the final email that I submitted in all its paperwork, I requested from Jasmine, I believe it was, when am I going to expect this? And I want to say that it's March, but I don't remember offhand. I would have to look at the emails again. But I submitted all that and I never heard a sound and the videos were gone. They were never edited. This has been my conversation with him the entire time. He barely communicates, and that's shown in every single email that I submitted. I printed out every single one of them. It's like pulling teeth to get him to communicate. I'm an ER nurse in a level 1 trauma center. I don't have time to keep chasing people. And I'm missing 2 days of work where I could be in my hospital to be here dealing with this after I've already dealt with this and looked through these pictures. This is not something I should have to deal with like this for an extended amount of time. I don't feel that you are, because when Mr. Guzzi served you, you said, I'm willing to do anything to make this right. And you had over a year to make this right.
All right.
So I think if I could be clear, like we did request some assistance with getting it right for her. We had multiple phone calls scheduled. And I do think that.
I don't need to hear about your discussions for settlement. I really don't want to hear about them, to tell you the truth.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, this is hard for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is very difficult. If I knew more about photography and studied photography, I guess I could make a more educated decision, and I feel badly for you. I can tell you're upset about it. And I can't say that I think that some of these photos aren't terrible photos. They are. Here's what I'm doing. How much was the filing and service fee, Jennifer.
Judge, that was 70 filing and 30 for certified mailing.
And what about
And
service?
service was 47.25 for each for the personal service.
47.25.
Correct.
So she's got 147.25 in court costs. Here's what I'm doing.
So 94.50 for me to hire a private investigator to serve 500. He did sign for his certified
Oh,
mail.
then it must
Okay.
have been the 47 for each defendant.
And his LLC.
Slow down a second. Wait a minute. What do I have? I got 70 plus 30 plus 47.25 plus what?
And 25
tell me?
twice.
What's that?
I believe it was going to be 47.25 two times. Once for each defendant. There were two parties served.
Is that right?
That would be
ma'am?
So it would be a total of 94.50. I have the receipt.
yes, that would be the 94.50, Your Honor.
So the total here is going to be 2194.50 because I'm awarding $2,000 from to be paid to the plaintiff, plus 70, 30, 47.25 twice, and all videos from the August 24 incident are to be provided to the plaintiff within 7 days. If they're not provided to the plaintiff, I'm going to revisit this judgment because I'm taking into account that she's at least getting the videos and she has access to these photos. So that's my decision. Can you pay her right now and assure me that you're going to have the videos to her within 7 days?
If I could request some time to pay her,
How much time do you need?
I mean, 2,000,
How long?
I don't know what the normal request is for the court, 3 months. I don't, 3 months, something I can say to you.
That's kind of a lot. Can you pay her $400 per week?
Yes,
You pay the judgment to plaintiff in installments of $400, and I'm going to start that beginning on April the 6th, okay?
so, just to clarify, are you like breaking this up as a complete kind of single price, or are you like breaking photography?
I'm taking it down and saying, I think that these photos were not the best. And I'm taking it as saying, I believe her testimony at least, that the videos were not the best.
Okay.
And I'm saying you charged her $52.25 and she paid it. And I'm telling you that I think that they missed the mark. And in my view, $2,000 is fair.
And so with a 40%-ish, 45% refund, we still are gonna be expected to deliver her the videos with,
That's my order. And if you don't, then I'm going to revisit this judgment and I'm going to order that you pay more.
yeah, I will completely understand.
Okay? I'm going to go home and wonder if I did the right thing on this one. That's the way I am. I did the best I can. That's all I can tell you.
I appreciate it.
Okay? Have a great day. So you're going to pay $400 in installments weekly beginning April 6th. Okay? Thank you. Ma'am and sir,
I'll give you.
I want to make sure you guys have everything here that's yours. So please don't leave without taking everything, okay? I think I might have another judgment. Get that one. Who cares? And then you guys take this and we're all set. Okay?
This case highlights the importance of a fair and balanced justice system. Throughout the hearing, the judge took the time to review the facts, listen carefully, and ensure that every decision was based on responsibility and the rule of law. Courts play a vital role in giving individuals a chance to be heard while also holding them accountable for their actions. The judge's approach reflected both firmness and fairness, demonstrating how the legal system works to encourage positive change while protecting the integrity of justice. Moments like these reinforce public confidence in the courts and the principles they uphold. This case highlights the importance of a fair and balanced justice system. Throughout the hearing, the judge took the time to review the facts, listen carefully, and ensure that every decision was based on responsibility and the rule of law. Courts play a vital role in giving individuals a chance to be heard while also holding them accountable for their actions. The judge's approach reflected both firmness and fairness, demonstrating how the legal system works to encourage positive change while protecting the integrity of justice. Moments like these reinforce public confidence in the courts and the principles they uphold.